So can you be a winner in the backup position? Absolutely. My name is Sergej from neuHouzz team. We had a situation this week where one of our business partners in the office was working with a buyer and they wanted to make an offer on the property, but it was a multiple offer situation and they didn't end up being first, they ended up being second, and the seller's agent offered them to go in the backup position, which looked favorable to our clients, to our buyer they were working with. However, when you go in the backup position, we always need to put the condition that states that subject to seller ceasing being obligated in any way to the buyer number one. And then additionally, what we like to put down to protect our people and make sure their time, our buyer's time, our client's time is not wasted, is we like to add a verbiage that says that the seller is not allowed to amend in any way any terms or conditions of the currently accepted contract in the first place. Now, what it does, it just, make sure that the seller is not messing with us. And then even if the contract in the first place is good, maybe a little bit more money, that's why they were going to accept, first of all, they were accepted in the first place as a first offer, that if the buyer number one has any kind of trouble with financing or needs 48-hour extension to remove subjects, that is not the case, because that's a term of our contract. The seller is not allowed to amend any terms or conditions. So what happened, we did that. The seller's agent and the seller, however, stricken out that term, that verbiage that said the seller is not allowed to amend any terms and conditions. We went back and forth. It didn't really play out in our favor. Seller was adamant to, no, we're not going to accept it with that verbiage. They excluded that they are not allowed. They can, basically. At that point, it was pretty obvious to us that they were trying to basically use our offer as a motivation tool to make sure that buyer number one completes their homework and gets all that subject stuff off the checks it off and gets it out of the way, and the deal can go firm. Well, it's not ultimately best position for our clients. And because we couldn't really work with them, they weren't willing to work with us and they wanted to do it their way, we made sure that we wanted to protect our people who we're working with. And what we did is we added additional term stating that if our buyer in the next 2 weeks sitting in the backup position comes across another property, that within 24-hour notice, we are able to cancel and void our backup position. And what it does is if we see the right home, hey, we are gone. We want to be out of that backup position and we're going to go in the first position on the home that's really checks all the boxes for us. All of a sudden hit the market, we're there Johnny on the spot. So guys, the main thing is that when you're working with your agent, make sure, and especially if you're working from the backup position, make sure those terms are very clear. It gives you flexibility, it protects you. It's make sure that your interest is always first. That's bottom line. That's how it should be with any agent that represents you. I hope this information was helpful for you, and absolutely you can be a winner in the backup position. So enjoy the weekend. Sergej from neuHouzz out. And if you need help with anything in real estate, reach out to our team. We'll look after you guys. Peace.